Hey guys, it's Angela. So, today we are going to talk about helping others. I've thought long and hard about this topic because it is a very tough one for everyone to do. Um, in general, humans, when they need help, they don't come out and ask. For some reason, we just don't. We think we can handle it ourselves and we can do it. But sometimes we do need help. Sometimes we need help getting something accomplished, moving furniture, planting flowers, getting a garden done, help with homework, help making friends, help fitting in. It's something that someone always needs. Someone always needs help, whether it's the smallest detail or the biggest detail in their life. My challenge for you is to offer your help to someone in need. You can offer it to anyone, your friend, family members, people you don't know. I mean, you can even become a part of a service group that does service for others, lending a hand to people in need. And people in need doesn't have to be someone that is poor or someone that is coming back from rehab or someone who is new at school, new teacher. Doesn't have to be any of that. It can be your closest friend that you can offer help for. And the best way to do that is you can always tell when someone is struggling. Of course, you can tell. You know, they're down, they're a little stressed, they may not know what to say, they may not be hanging out with friends a lot. It just kind of depends on that person and how they act when they're dealing with a lot. And sometimes it's just the simple gesture of saying, hey, do you need any help? I will be willing to help you. Just tell me what it is and I can help. And if that person says no, then just let them know that you will always be there for them and that you will have your services available if they ever need it. And if they say yes, don't regret it later because they obviously needed the help if they said yes. Also, another pointer is if you are helping someone or if you're helping out at a homeless center or with a friend or a new student or anything like that, if you're even a part of a service group, the most important thing when you're giving help is not to judge on what you're doing to help that person. Because here's the thing, you don't know what they went through and why they ended up in that situation. I mean, you don't know why that person ended up homeless. You don't know why that person ended up in jail. You don't know why that person lost their house. You don't know why they can't plant flowers on their own. You don't know why they're having a hard time finding their way around school. You don't know why someone had to transfer schools in the first place. You just don't know. And this world today is so judgmental. We love to judge everybody just on their appearance and how they act. Or even, how big their house is or how fancy their car is or anything like that. You immediately want to judge when maybe you don't know that they work really hard to keep that house up and running or have that house be so grand as it is, or actually that really fancy car is actually 10 years old. You don't know that. And you can't judge based on what you see. Because people, we don't like putting stuff out there. We just don't. We don't want to let you know why we have this, why we do this, why we want that, or anything. We don't. We're pretty secretive about that kind of stuff. So that's why you really don't want to judge anyone if you're helping them. Because if you're judging while you're helping them, you're really not helping at all. I mean, yes, you are doing labor work or mental work or whatever to help them, but that's not helping in God's eyes. He He doesn't want you to judge your brothers and your sisters. He doesn't want you to judge them. He wants you to help them effortlessly. In Deuteronomy, he says, "You shall give to him freely, and your heart shall not be grudging when you give to him. Because for this the Lord your God will bless you in all your work and in all that you undertake. For the poor will never cease out of the land. Therefore I command you, you shall open wide your hand to your brother, to the needy, and to the poor in the land." So what he's saying is you should give them something, help them. Lend your services, lend your time, lend your money, whatever the case is, freely. Not with strings attached with a contract or a deal or whatever it is. You should be able to do that freely because they are your brothers and your sisters, your neighbors, the people that you care for. Just give it to them freely. Including doing it without judging. You can give them something or give something back to who has ever helped you without judging. Also, it's talking about your heart shall not be grudging. What he's saying about that is basically he's saying your heart should not be judging, because if you are judging, then the Lord won't bless you for the work you've done. But if your heart is in it for the right reasons and helping with pure, utter wanting to help and pure joy of helping them, the Lord will bless you in the work that you do, and not just the work you are doing, but in all the work that you will ever do. The Bible verse also begins to say that the poor will never go away. There will always be poor in the land, in this world. There will always be poor, whether it's poor because of money reasons, poor spirituality, poor in health, poor in mental stability, poor in making decisions, whatever that poor is. It doesn't have to be just poor in wealth. It could be poor with family. It could be anything poor, like anything that someone is lacking. That's poor. That's God's definition of poor, not just trying to survive off of $1 a week or whatever it is. He is talking about poor within the human personality. He's talking about someone that isn't very good at math, someone that struggles with reading, someone that has a hard time with grammar or learning new ways of doing something, or someone that struggles with remembering directions. That's someone that is poor in that area. Those are the people you should be helping, as well as the people that are poor, as in wealthy poor, but especially the people that are poor in simple areas like that, because there are many of them. There is not one person around you that is perfect in every aspect of their life. I can tell you that for sure, because no one is perfect. No one is perfect, and they should be able to have their faults and their doubts and their weaknesses. Everybody does. But sometimes they need help with those weaknesses. And sometimes you're called to help them. And that's okay, because that's what neighbors are for. Neighbors are there to help others, You need to help others. And he also says to keep your hand wide open to your brother, meaning if they ever come to you in the future and ask for help, you should be wide open and not grunt and say, "Oh, well, you got yourself in that mess. I can't help you get out of it." No, that's not at all what he's saying. He's saying that keep an open hand and say, here, let me help you, and I'll see what I can help you with. I'm not sure what I can help you with, but I will see what I can do. That's lending a hand. Even lending a hand can be trying to help, but you can't help them because it's nothing you can handle. That's still helping because you tried to help them figure out a solution. It's like, for example, student who is bad at math and they ask you for help to tutor them, and you said, okay, I will try and help you to the best of my capability. And so you help them and you try different ways of helping them learn this, but they're still not understanding it. You might have to, at that point, go to the teacher and say, hey, I've been trying to help this student. They're really struggling. Maybe you have some ideas of how to help them. Because, see, sometimes a teacher will know better what to do than what you do. Because you don't have all the answers. You can't figure out something if it's really difficult for you to understand or anything. But that's okay to reach out and ask for help. Sometimes it takes a bunch of people from a community to feed a village. What I mean by that is it might take a group of people, 2, 3, or it could be as many as like 20, 40 people to help get the job done. I mean, take a building of a house, for example. Building a house doesn't take a very short amount of time. It can take up to a year to finish a house. And there are so much that goes into making a house. You know, you got the electrician, you got the landscaping, you got the concrete men, you got the people that do the heating and cooling, you got the people that do the plumbing, you got all those different people that are skilled in different things. But in the end, when they all come together and work on a project, and when they're done, they created this beautiful house. It's so beautiful that they all worked together and they created something beautiful. That's the same thing with being in a service group. You work together on one project and do it so well together that you get this beautiful end result. And sometimes projects are like that. Sometimes you need to ask for help, or if someone offers, you need to take them up on it, because sometimes it takes more than one person to finish a project and make it grand and worthwhile. I mean, I know right now that we're really struggling. I mean, we could use all the help we could get right now at my house. But, you know, you gotta be willing to ask for it or take someone up on their offer. And that's my challenge for you this week. I want you to go to your neighbor's house, to go to a friend's house, go to a family member, go to a new person at school, because I know school's about to start up and all that, or even just a teacher or someone, maybe someone you don't even know, and just ask them, hey, do you need help with anything? I mean, I love you, or you probably wouldn't say that to a stranger, but to a family member or a new person, you should say, I love you and you've done so much for me. Is there anything I can do to help you? And just by asking that question, just might make someone's day. It really might. Because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they're trying to do or accomplish or get done by a specific date. You just don't know. So I challenge you to ask that simple question to someone you know. Just ask them, is there anything I can help you with? And just be there for them. That's really all God says about your neighbors and your brothers, is that you need to love them and treat them with respect and give them the help that they deserve or the help that they need. Alright, guys. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this week goes well for everyone. I know school's coming up and you guys are getting so, I don't know, some of you might be excited, some of you might be, school, whatever the case may be. I hope your week goes well, and please don't forget to watch last week's blog or any blogs that you've missed. Also, I will be updating my 2 links, fitness and spirituality this week. So watch those pages because they're going to become updated in a couple of days. Thank you guys so much and have a wonderful rest of your summer.